Today on Love and Happiness with Doctors Vandy and Barbara Coulter.
It takes two. I can't expect you to be great if I'm not great. I can't expect you to get yourself together if I'm not willing to get myself together. So I think that, it takes both parties should actually work on themselves and work on their spiritual being and their emotional and their even economical. I think that trying to point the finger at your spouse, your husband or your wife saying it's you, but if you would just take an inward reflection and get yourself together, then things will get better. When you change, things will change.
One of the things that I talk about in the book is marriage is an institution. And an institution demands a certain amount of behavior. If I go to any institution, it requires me to behave a certain way. In the institution of Christ, it requires a certain behavior. The minute I make the marriage greater than my feelings, the minute she makes the marriage greater than her feelings, we position ourselves not to wreck the marriage. Because we hold the marriage in a higher esteem than how we feel.
Vandy, that is so good.
Tell your neighbor, actions speak louder than words. Let me make it plain and practical. I'm going to take my seat. If I take the time to show and tell my wife, if I take the time, somebody say show and tell, that she's the finest thing in the world to me. If I take the time to just talk to my woman and I tell her that, if I were an artist like Michelangelo, she would be my Da Vinci Mona Lisa. If I just begin to tell her in public how much she is the bomb, she's my Kool-Aid on a hot summer's day. If I just tell her that she's all this to me and she's my inspiration to be great. If I just tell her that, then can I tell you something inside of her begins to stir? But you gotta understand something. It's because I'm not saying it in public without having proven it in private.
If you're not happy in your current relationship state, stop listening to people who are not getting it right and go to people that have a successful relationship. If they have webinars and they're willing to share their wisdom and their secrets and their keys, why would you not do that?
One of the chapters that you talk about is finding each other's frequency.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means a lot because the Bible says with all you're getting, get understanding. Now, here's the real deal. What happens is when people come together, they each have their own sound that's innate. And I call it a soulical DNA. Meaning in your soul, you have your own unique identification.
That's good.
Based on your experiences, your exposures, your environment, the things that you've been through. So there's a process just like AM and FM radio. If my wife is AM and I'm FM, we can both be in the same room, the same 99.9 AM, 99.9 FM. But if we don't make the effort to find and tune into each other's frequency, we'll be in the same room, the same bedroom, the same life, and we won't really have that level of understanding. So it's really a lot of tools and tactics to help someone discover how to tune into the other person instead of focusing on getting them to tune into me. You said, like Sarah called Abraham Lord with a small L. I honor you as Lord with a small L.
Yes.
When was that?
Yes.
Was that in the dating?
Yes. No, it was not in the dating because you weren't my husband. That was...
Love and Happiness's mission is to help 1 million couples. Dr. Vandy and Barbara Coulter has helped thousands through their popular Central Florida TV show. Dr. Vandy has been featured on Fox, CBS, NBC for the impact from his virtual counseling as a response to the relational health crisis during the COVID pandemic.
He's very skilled in his area of expertise. Dr. Vandy is definitely the person for you.
I felt like I was on a operating table and he sliced our marriage open. And I'm like, man, does he know us?
Dr. Vandy, PhD, certified counselor with presidential status in the American Association of Christian Counselors, has a virtual counseling practice.
Great tool. Do it as soon as possible.
I find myself to be a happier person.
Their best-selling book, Love and Happiness, The Secrets to Creating Winning Relationships. It's no surprise that the Coulters are in high demand. Relationship subject matter experts featured on talk shows looking for real relationship talk. The Coulters' virtual retreats, social media platforms, and relationship masterclasses have put their mission to help 1 million couples in their sights. Our motto is no one gets their happily ever after. They create their happily ever after. After the hurt, after the disappointment, you can still be happy. And Love and Happiness is just what you need to have.